You ready? I'm ready. The Playmakers Bar Podcast present Hoops Talk, hosted by Darnell the Playmaker Salins. NBA, college basketball, playoffs, March Madness. No matter what, we talking hoops, man. Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your Tuesday's edition of Hoops Talk. Brought to you by the Playmakers Bar Podcast and your host, Darnell the Playmaker Salins here from Jacksonville, Florida. And the fun is about to begin, ladies and gentlemen. The fun is about to begin. We are about to get to the second half of the NBA season right now. We have seen the All-Star Day. We've seen the three-point shootout, the skills challenge, the slam dunk contest, and obviously the All-Star game on this past Sunday. And then the college basketball, the regular season is over. It's all about conference tournament now. And it's all about Selection Sunday, this coming Sunday. So I'm not going to try to waste too much of your time today, because we're going to jump right into it. We're going to start off in the professional level, the NBA. As I mentioned earlier, the All-Star game took place this past Sunday down in the ATL, Atlanta, Georgia. We saw the skills challenge with Domantas Sabonis. Took that one home over my Luka Vukovic of the Orlando Magic. So good job for Sabonis. You got your trophy for the skills challenge. The three-point contest, probably the show of the day, the show of the week, the show of the day in Sunday's action. Steph Curry took his second three-point shootout challenge trophy, beating the Utah Jazz's own Mike Conley, who was just added to the All-Star team with the injury to Devin Booker, who was added because of the injury to Anthony Davis. Either way, Steph Curry, he did it with the last shot. He needed 28 to get it, and it took the money ball to get him the 28 to beat Mike Conley, who had 27 points. Thrilling three-point contest between those two. Good job. Slam dunk contest, Anthony Sims took it. Wasn't really special. The slam dunk contest has not been special in quite some time now. I don't know if it's the fact that there's no more stars involved and there's no more creativity involved. So Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon was probably the last time we were very entertained in a slam dunk contest. Personally, I still believe Vince Carter is the best slam dunk contest competitor in all of the slam dunk contests, because him by himself put on a show that year, and I believe it was 2001, if I'm not mistaken. Nevertheless, Anthony Sims for the Portland Trailblazers took on the slam dunk contest, which took place at halftime of the All-Star game. In the All-Star game, it was Team LeBron versus Team Kevin Durant. I gotta say, this was pretty much one-sided the entire way. Team LeBron took the first quarter handedly. They took the second quarter handedly. They took the third quarter, but they were still up big. And they just had Steph Curry and Dame Dollar take over the fourth quarter, with the target score being 170. So Team LeBron defeated Team Kevin 170 to 150. And Dame time ended it just beyond the half-court line. Popped into the three to end the game. This is what they was doing throughout the day. But the MVP did not go to either Steph Curry or Dame Dollar. It went to Giannis Antetokounmpo, who went 16 for 16 for 35 points. Smashing the previous record that was set back in 1968 by Hall Greer, who went 8 for 8. Giannis went 16 for 16. There's no other way you could give the MVP to anybody else. Yeah, Steph Curry hit 8 threes. Yeah, Dame Dollar hit 8 threes. But Giannis went 16 for 16 from the field. He even banked in 2 3-pointers. The bank was open on Sunday for Giannis. As he said, it was open extended hours for him. The Kobe Bryant MVP award went to Giannis into the people. Deservingly so, I must say. That was very good. But that's what took place over in All-Star Weekend down in the ATL. As we get ready for the second half of the NBA schedule, I have some awards to get out for the first half of the NBA season. Sixth Man of the Year for the first half of the season goes to Jordan Clarkson of the Utah Jazz. The man has been lighting up. He has scored over 20 points coming off the bench in most of the games so far. He even had a 40-point game off the bench. Jordan Clarkson, Sixth Man of the Year the first half of the season. My comeback player of the year, I got two. I have two. Steph Curry and Bradley Beal. Steph Curry doing Steph Curry thing after his injury. Bradley Beal is just going out of this world for the Washington Wizards after his injury. We ain't see these two players last season, and now we seen them this year, and they both are doing what they do best, and that's score the rock. So my comeback players of the year for the first half of the season, Steph Curry and Bradley Beal. My rookie of the year for the first half of the regular season is Charlotte Hornets' own LaMelo Ball. This Charlotte Hornets team is playing good ball. This Charlotte team is an entertaining team. They are. LaMelo Ball is actually doing better than what Michael Jordan thought. And that's the owner of the Charlotte Hornets. He's even doing better than what the owner expected of him. Be careful in the East, because this Charlotte team is interesting. Be careful in the second half of the season. That's my rookie of the year right now, is LaMelo Ball. Coach of the year honors for the first half goes to Quinn Snyder of the Utah Jazz. How can you not give it to him? Best record in the NBA. They had a 9-game winning streak at one point, and then they followed that up with an 11-game winning streak. This team is real. As I'm looking at the standings right now, they are 27-9 on the season right now. 27-9 on the season. Everybody else has lost at least 12 games. So they have a 3-game lead on everybody right now to start the second half of the season. I like and change because we still got a whole lot of basketball to play. You got to make it to May to start the playoffs. So there's a lot of basketball to be played from here and all the way up to May. In June and July for NBA Finals. But that's my coach of the year. Honors for the first half of the season is Quinn Snyder. And then my MVP of the first half of the regular season is Joel Embiid. I can't deny it. I cannot deny it. As much I don't care about Philly. And as much as everybody loves LeBron James, Joel Embiid is deservingly so the MVP of the first half of the season. He is carrying the Philadelphia 76ers on his back. Ben Simmons does what Ben Simmons does. Tobias Harris does what Tobias Harris does. Josh Richardson is a nice player. But Joel Embiid is out here doing damage. Can he keep it up? That is the question going into the second half of the season. Can he keep it up, and can he keep Philly going? So my MVP is Joel Embiid, Coach of the Year, Quinn Snyder. Rookie of the Year, LaMelo Ball. 2 comeback players of the year in Steph Curry and Bradley Beal. And my 6th man of the year is Jordan Clarkson. Feel free to do what you will with this. You can tweak it. You gonna believe me? You gonna agree with me? Give me yours, and we can debate about it. But those are my first half NBA awards so far. As we're getting ready to start the second half of the NBA season, if the season was to end it today, your Eastern Conference teams would have been Philadelphia at the 1, Brooklyn at 2, Milwaukee at 3, Boston at 4, New York at 5. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. The New York Knicks have the 5th seed right now. Miami at 6. The Charlotte Hornets that I talked about just earlier have the 7th spot. Toronto has the 8th spot, and your 2 play-in teams will be the Chicago Bulls and the Indiana Pacers. That is the East side. This is what the West look like right now. Utah number 1, Phoenix number 2, the Lakers number 3, followed by the Clippers at 4, Portland at 5, Denver at 6, San Antonio at 7. 3 weeks of COVID problems, and the San Antonio Spurs are right now holding the 7th seed. When we tell you Greg Harper is like one of the best coaches to coach in the NBA, this is why we say that. Dallas at 8, and your 2 play-in teams would have been the Golden State Warriors and the Memphis Grizzlies. So that's that right now. But guess what? We still got a lot of games to be played, as I said earlier. So tomorrow, Wednesday, March 10th, the second half of the NBA season gets kicked off with the Washington Wizards at the Memphis Grizzlies. That is 8 p.m. And then 8:30 p.m. on NBA TV, your first televised game to watch. The San Antonio Spurs are in Dallas to take on the Dallas Mavericks. So that's how we're going to kick off the second half of the NBA. With Washington at Memphis, San Antonio at Dallas on NBA TV, 8:30. And then Thursday, we got a good lineup for you on Thursday. You have the Philadelphia 76ers at the Chicago Bulls. That's at 8 o'clock p.m. The New York Knicks, just the 5th place team, New York Knicks in the East, will take on the 3rd-ranked team in the East, the Milwaukee Bucks in Milwaukee. Phoenix will be at Portland at 10 p.m., but your nationally televised game will be on TNT, your doubleheader on TNT. At 7:30, the Boston Celtics are at the Brooklyn Nets. So Thursday, we want to kick off your Thursday with some Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown action against some James Harden, Kyrie Irving action. And then your nightcap for TNT. Golden State is at the Clippers, so Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and the crew taking on Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and the crew. That's your 10 o'clock game. Your doubleheader on TNT. So you got a lineup for you. We got a nice little lineup for you. Get you started back in the second half of the NBA season. But with that being said, let's get down to some real and fun business here as we switch to the college level because the regular season has ended. This past weekend was the last weekend for teams to make their final push to get nice seedings in their conference tournament. As now, the conference tournament means the fullness of March Madness begins. And over this past weekend, we saw Marquette get a big victory over Xavier. North Carolina beat down Duke. Yes, if you don't believe me, the final score was 91-73 in Chapel Hill. Notre Dame upset Florida State. Number 11 Florida State was upset in Notre Dame South Bend. Workers got a good road win at Minnesota. Oklahoma State got them a big road win, knocking off 6th ranked West Virginia 85-80. Alabama did what they needed to do to get past Georgia. Purdue, 23rd ranked Purdue, took care of Indiana. Providence shot in 10th ranked Nova. 4th ranked Illinois surpassed 7th ranked Ohio State in Columbus, Ohio. In the Battle of the Tigers, it was the LSU Tigers over the Missouri Tigers. 21st ranked 21st ranked Virginia outdoor Louisville in Louisville, Kentucky. USC barely survived against UCLA by 1 point, 64-63. The Trojans needed a win. They got it, much needed win. St. John's took down Seton Hall by 10. And congratulations on Saturday goes out to Morehead State University of clinching the NCAA Tournament berth of the Ohio Valley by winning the Ohio Valley Championship 86-71 over the favorite and top-seeded Belmont. 86-71. Congratulations to Morehead State. We will be seeing you guys in the NCAA Tournament. I still want to see Belmont in the tournament. I don't care. 20-win plus team. I think they won 24. They made it to their finals. I know how y'all look down on mid-majors, but I need to see Belmont in the tournament. Belmont must be in the tournament. Yeah, then Sunday's action, my Florida Gators looked terrible in Tennessee in the second half. Tennessee dominated the second half, and as my Gators looked terrible. Good win for the Tennessee Volunteers. That gave them the double bye, and we get the single bye in the SEC tournament. Oregon ran past Oregon State. Houston, the Cougars, they continue their winning ways as they took down Memphis down in Tennessee. The 5th ranked Hawkeyes of Iowa beat the 25th ranked Badgers of Wisconsin. Number 3, Baylor, they finally got a matchup with 18 ranked Texas Tech, and Baylor took it 88-73. Michigan State got their revenge on their arch rival in 2nd ranked Michigan up in East Lansing, 70-64. That's their 3rd top 5 win in 2 weeks. 3rd top 5 win in 2 weeks for Michigan State. If Michigan State is not in the tournament, it is a big injustice to everybody in the college basketball world. I'm just throwing that out there. They have 3 top 5 wins in the final 2 weeks. They beat Illinois, they beat Ohio State, and they beat Michigan. Do not do Tom Izzo wrong. They better be the Spartans better be in the tournament. 15 ranked Longhorns didn't have no problem down in Fort Worth against the Horned Frogs of TCU. Penn State took down Maryland surprisingly. And then shout out goes to the 22nd ranked Loyola Chicago as they took home the Missouri Valley Championship over Drake. I would like to see Drake in the tournament as well. 25 win team. Can't argue with that. Belmont 25 win team. Can't argue with that. They played what was able on their schedule. They did what they needed to do. They both fell short in their conference finals. They made it to their championship, so they was right there. Do not discredit these 2 teams in Drake and Belmont because they didn't win their conference tournament. They was in the finals. They was in the championship. Reward them for winning as many games as they won. 20 plus victories for both Belmont and Drake. They deserve to be in the NCAA tournament. Shout out to Liberty, even though they was already in the tournament before the game was played. Liberty took home the A-Sun Championship over North Alabama, 79-75. Good win for y'all. The Liberty Friends are back in the NCAA tournament. Will they be able to make noise like they did last time? It's be interesting to see for Liberty. The Flames, they're going to be coming with that fire. I want to see if anybody's ready to handle it. Big shout out goes to the Big South champion, Woodthrow. They didn't have no problems with Campbell. 80-53. And then we had we had 2 more teams clinch their spot in the NCAA tournament on yesterday. We had the Sun Belt Finals, the championship, as Appalachian State shocked Georgia Southern 80-73. We will see the Appalachian State Mountaineers in the NCAA tournament. And then we had the Suncoast Championship game as UNC Greensboro took down Mercer 69-61. UNC Greensboro 20-win season. They will be in the NCAA tournament. Mercer, I don't see Mercer making it. It's unfortunate. But that's all the teams that we have right now. We have 16 that have clinched. We have UNC Greensboro. We have Winthrop. We have Liberty, Loyola Chicago, Morehead State, and Appalachian State. Those are the 6 teams that are in the NCAA tournament right now. Drake is on the bubble line, according to Jordan Aladi's. They are the last 4 in. Drake is. And I hope they get in 25-win season. I hope they get in. I hope they get a shot. Because you can't argue with 25 wins. You can't argue with 20-plus wins. You just can't. I hope Belmont is in, too, because you can't argue with that one. But 4 as on the bubble. Michigan State has a last 4 bye, deservingly so. You beat 3 top 5 teams in the past 2 weeks. Louisville is still on the last 4 bye. Nothing changed. Georgia Tech has the last 4 bye. Nothing changed. And VCU is on the last 4 bye. Nothing changed. VCU, St. Louis, they have, but this A-10 tournament is going to show what's going to happen. Oh, y'all ready for this? For the A-10 tournament. That's another thing. Matter of fact, as I'm looking at it, the championship will be played on this past Sunday. But do we know who's in the championship? The semifinals was played back on the 6th, so that's a lot of days to wait for a conference championship game. If you did the semifinals on the 6th and you wait until the 14th, who do we have in the championship? We have VCU and St. Bonaventure. So if VCU can do what they need to do on Sunday, there's no bubbles to be watched for them. Boise State, Colorado State, Utah State. Right now, Boise State and Colorado State holds a spot as the last 4 in right now, and Utah State's the first 4 out. But the Mountain West tournament is your last opportunity. They get started on tomorrow in the Mountain West. Championship game will be played on Saturday. So the Broncos, the Aggies, and the Rams, do what you need to do, and we'll find out who's going to get that automatic bid. But right now, one of y'all going to have to take down San Diego State. That's to be honest. And I don't see it. San Diego State is that damn good. San Diego State is awesome. So if one of y'all actually beat San Diego State, that might get you enough to get in by itself. But that's why they play the game. That's why they play the game. My last team that has the last 4 in besides Drake, Boise State, and Colorado is Xavier. And speaking of Xavier, they finished the season with a loss to Marquette. That's not a good thing. But you're going to the Big East tournament now. And in the Big East tournament, you have some work to do. Your first round matchup is against Butler. You get past Butler, then you get Creighton. It's not an easy road for Xavier when it comes to the Big East tournament. And speaking of the Big East tournament, we have Seton Hall of first 4 out and St. John's of next 4 out. Them two face each other in the quarterfinals on March 11th, Thursday. So the winner of that game, we get to see the number 1 team. Maybe the number 1 team. I'm not going to say that because Villanova has to wait between Marquette and Georgetown in the quarterfinals. So. But the winner of that game will be in the semifinals. That's a good thing. As of right now, both of y'all are out. Seton Hall is the first 4 out, and St. John's the next 4 out. One of y'all season is going to end on Thursday. It's going to end on Thursday. Let's know that. One of y'all season is going to end on Thursday. So right now, you can pencil Seton Hall and St. John's. And no, the loser of this first round matchup, not the first round, but this quarterfinal matchup on Thursday is done. Period. Point blank. That's it. All right. And speaking of, I already talked about Utah. I already talked about St. Louis. I already talked about St. Paul. So the last team that's out right now, the first 4 out, is Syracuse, Jim Boeheim. The ACC tournament kicks off today. But we're not going to worry about it. The one thing we is going to worry about is the fact that Duke is playing today. Duke is the 10th seed in the ACC tournament. The Duke Blue Devils, coached by Mike Krzyzewski, a 10th seed in the ACC tournament. Yes, I just uttered the words out my mouth twice. Yes, this is real, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, this is 2021, and yes, this is happening for real. But we're focusing on Syracuse because Syracuse plays tomorrow, March 10th, and they have NC State. They get past NC State. Guess what? You get a date with the top team and the team who won the regular season title. Surprisingly, Indy, Virginia Cavaliers, who are still the reigning defending national champions because we didn't have a tournament last year. So they won it the year before. What a way to kick off your road to get to the NCAA tournament. Can you get past the Wolfpack first? And then once that, you got to deal with the Cavaliers, one of the top defensive teams to ever play in college basketball. Guess what? Good luck, Jim Boeheim. Guess what? You're a hell of a coach. Let's say you get past this one, coach. So yes, this is what we're looking at. Duke is a 10th seed, and they get BC today. If they get past that, they got Louisville. It'll be interesting to watch Duke play their way into the NCAA tournament because they have a long road ahead of them. If they get past Duke, they get past BC, they get Louisville. They get past Louisville, they get Florida State. If they get past Florida State, they are in the championship game. No, they are in the semifinals. It will probably be against North Carolina or Virginia Tech, most likely. You get past them, and you're talking ACC championship game. If any team can do it, it's the Duke Blue Devils and Mike Krzyzewski. We shall see. We shall see. And then we're going to look at the American tournament because we have Memphis a Nets 4 out and SMU a Nets 4 out. Well then, Memphis is the 3rd seed in the American tournament. SMU is the 4th seed in the American tournament. Both teams will be playing on Friday, on the 12th. SMU has a date with Cincinnati in the 4-5 matchup. If they can get past that, most likely they'll be seeing Wichita State in the semifinals. I don't like their chance because Wichita State is just Wichita State. Memphis, on the other hand, will be waiting tomorrow to see whether they play the 6th-ranked Knights of Central Florida, the school I went to, or the 11th-ranked Pirates of ECU. For those who don't know what ECU means, East Carolina. And most likely Memphis will get past either one of the teams, the Pirates or the Knights. And so most likely they will run into the 2nd-ranked Cougars in the 2-3 matchup to get to the finals. Not an easy road for either Memphis or SMU. SMU most likely will have to go through Wichita State to get to the finals. And Memphis are most likely to have to go through the Cougars to get to the finals. Anything can happen in basketball because it's March and the madness is real. The madness is real. But I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. And then finally, the last team in the last 4 and the last team to look at, we're going to the SEC country. We're going to my conference, ladies and gentlemen. As the Ole Miss Rebels are the last team on the Nets 4 out. And Ole Miss, the sixth seed in the SEC tournament, they have a date with the Gamecocks of South Carolina on tomorrow. And if they can win that game, they deal with the 3rd team in the conference, and that's the LSU Tigers. Could be a very short road for Ole Miss, so they could be done. But now, if they get past LSU and they make it to the semifinals, we could be talking. We could have a talk with the Arkansas Razorbacks, but I don't see them beating Arkansas. Arkansas is on a little level right now. Those are your bubble teams as of right now on Joel and Ollie's bracket. Shout out to all my regular season conference champions. Virginia for the ACC. Wichita State for the American. Villanova for the Big East. Baylor for the Big 12. Michigan for the Big 10. Oregon for the Pac-12. And Alabama for the SEC. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time of the year that we've been waiting for. It is March. The matches is soon to begin. We already got 6 teams who clinched a spot in the NCAA tournament. We have a lot more to go. And a lot of things to look forward to. So this week, check your conference tournaments. And then tomorrow, for those who love professional basketball, You got the San Antonio Spurs and the Dallas Mavericks on NBA TV at 8:30. And then you have a TNT doubleheader Thursday with Boston and Brooklyn, Golden State and the Clippers. But that being said, down in the Playmaker Summers out here in Jacksonville, Florida. Appreciate you guys listening, and I will talk to y'all on Friday. I am out of here.
Thank you guys very much for listening to another week of Hoops Talk. Now, if you want to stay updated on new episodes that's coming up for Hoops Talk, please subscribe to the podcast. And those of you who are listening on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, please leave a rate and review of the podcast. Let us know how we are doing. And for those of you who want to be updated on everything that goes on the Playmakers Blog brand, subscribe to the website, theplaymakersblog.com. That way you can see every podcast that's under the brand. And you can even get your own Playmakers Bar merch by hitting our shop tab on the website. You'll see our Threadless store and our Spreadshirt store. So get you some Playmakers Bar merch. And don't forget, subscribe to the website to stay updated on everything that goes on the Playmakers Bar brand. As for me, the Playmaker down there, Silence, I'm signing off until next week for more Hoops Talk.